Matt, games coming thick and fast at the moment. Another big game this Saturday away at Oldham. What are you expecting of them and us going into this game?
They're a team that I think, albeit they're fifth in the league at the moment, I think with the strength and depth that they have in their squad, they'll be up there at the end of the season. They've obviously got an extremely experienced manager in Mickey, and he knows how to get teams promoted. He knows how to win. I think what they have are strong individuals in both football and from the strength side. So I think it's going to be a difficult game for us. I think we go into it ourselves in good form, so we're confident. But it will be a really tough game, and it will be one where everybody else in the league doesn't give us a chance, and I quite like that. But I think one thing that they'll know from watching our previous games is that they're going to be in for a tough afternoon. But I think what we need to do is start the game on the front foot, start the game well, set the tone early. We know we've got players in our team who can be game changers. But what I want us to do is I want us to continue with the confidence in which we've approached the last 6 league games, because we're unbeaten, we won 3, we've drawn 3, so we're in good form ourselves. So I think it's a game where everyone, as I say, will expect us to go up there, expect us to come back with nothing. But I, on the other hand, know these players, and I know how important this game is, like every game to them. But we'll have to be at the top of our game to get anything from this fixture, because we know Oldham away in this league is an extremely tough fixture. So looking forward to it. Obviously, look, we're yet to train, so haven't seen any of the players yet from Tuesday. But tonight will be upbeat. There's a few messages I want to try and get across to them in terms of what I think the game plan should look like, both with and without the ball. And if we go there and we do that and we implement the game plan, we know that we've got a chance against anyone in this league. But we're also under no illusions just how, not just on the pitch but off the pitch, how big of a football club and how much of a test this will be against Oldham.
You mentioned how kind of no one's going to give us a chance in this game. In the club's history, played there twice, won twice. It's sort of the nature where the team doesn't really seem to shy away from challenges like that.
No, I think the team that we're facing on Saturday is very different from that in which we faced at the end of last season. So they've strengthened, really, really athletic, strong, powerful team who have got very good technical footballers in the middle of the pitch. Look, of course, there's areas in which we feel we can cause them problems. But first and foremost, we have to be the best version of ourselves without the ball. It's not going to be an easy task. We're aware of that. It'll be a really difficult game. The lads obviously exerted a lot of energy on Tuesday night. Didn't get the win that I think our performance deserved. Having said that, this game is relentless. Fixtures are relentless. We need to make sure that we don't work too hard tonight. We need to play as fresh as they can be for the game on Saturday against Oldham. So when you're a club of our size and when you are who we are, you're going to be the underdog in most games that you go into in the season. And it's something I think that we've tried to utilise at the club in terms of players understanding that while everybody else writes Wealdstone off in every game, we don't. So it's something that I've come to terms with in the short time that I've been here, but something that I know the players and the staff have been brought closer together by.
Bit of sort of squad news at the minute. Kallum Cesay won the Supporters Player of the Month yesterday. In terms of his performances, some incredible ones during the month, what is it about him that's been so good recently?
You've got to remember, I've known Kallum since the age of 16, and I think what Callum's come to the realisation of is that he's finally worked out who he is, what his strengths are, and what Callum's doing is he's playing to those strengths. But there's still areas of Callum's game that we really need to improve. He's acutely aware of the areas in which I feel he needs to tidy up in. But what you can't take away from Kallum is his enthusiasm, his endeavour, his energy. And I think ultimately that's why he's getting noticed. He's working harder on the pitch. Both him and Jack are covering the most distance consistently now, and that coupled with them both understanding the value of running, as simple as that sounds, that's why you're seeing Kallum get the just rewards, which is, player of the month, because it's been a good month for the football club, and Cal's been a big part of what we've done in that period of time. What he's done is he's just understood a little bit more of who he is, and when you score goals, when you run and you put the effort in that he puts in along with the rest of the players, then good things tend to happen. It's no surprise to me, having been in the game long enough now, to know that if you're willing to do what others aren't physically, it's going to give you a better chance. So I think he's been probably the one that the supporters have picked out, but there's been numerous players in the last month that have upped their performance levels, and you can see they've upped their performance levels because results have improved. So the two go hand in hand. What we need now is for Kallum and the rest of the team to continue lifting their performance levels, because I think one area of the pitch that we have been good recently is in the middle, and a lot of that is down to Max, a lot of it's down to Kallum, to Jack Wells-Morrison. Granty has come in and he's looked assured in those positions as well. So there's good competition for places at the moment. The squad's relatively settled. Obviously, no Alex Reid this weekend, which is understandable. So we'll go into the game knowing that probably somebody else is going to have to be the man on Saturday.
You mentioned Alex there, obviously out for Saturday. We also found out recently Jacob's going to be out for a number of weeks. It just kind of proves how important the whole squad is, that they have to come in and be ready whenever possible.
So just touching on the Jacob one, we've had such bad luck with goalkeepers this season. Firstly, Archie 10-12 weeks ago dislocates his shoulder. Surgery unfortunately didn't happen as quickly as we would have liked, for powers that were out of our control. And then Sam comes in. Sam's just starting to get settled, and then obviously he ends up getting injured. So Jacob took his chance, I thought took it well. We signed Toby for competition with Jacob, and last Thursday Jacob's training here and Henry hits a shot. Jacob didn't think anything of it, and then I get a phone call on Friday to say that Jacob's been and had an x-ray at hospital and he's broken his scaphoid. So, Toby then obviously gets put in as number one, and for Toby he's going to have to adjust to it, same way that Jacob had to, because Jacob, hadn't played a huge amount of football, if any, before he came here at this level. So, look, it's going to take Toby time, but in terms of the luck that we've had, I've never known anything like it with goalkeepers, and they've not been small injuries. I think that's been probably the story of our season so far, that every injury that has occurred to one of the players hasn't been a 7 to 10 day injury. It's been catastrophic. Look at Mason Barrett, look at Sean Dark, where he's ripped his tendon off the bone again, and Eastie is just starting to integrate back into the group, so we'll have him. Callum McFarlane is still at Fulham. I mean, it's been very, very difficult, and we know that we're not the type of football club that when we pick up an injury that can just go back into the market and strengthen. So it's been tough, but the players that are fit and available are doing a really sterling job at the moment. Hopefully we'll have Callum back soon. Craig will be back in and around the group this evening, but Saturday will be too soon for him. But yeah, it's been something that I've never known in my 25 years of being involved in football. To be on your fourth number one goalkeeper is just bizarre, but we can't do anything about it. What Toby needs to do is perform well on Saturday against Oldham, because we're acutely aware that our goalkeeper is probably going to have to play well at Oldham for us to come away with a positive result.